Just about.
Yeah, blast.
You're reading about the trial?
Yeah, what else? The papers are full of it. You know, just one day I'd like to hear some good news for the Quartermain family.
Andrew, come on. I mean, what does Grant Andrews' trial have to do with the Quartermains?
Be serious, Monica. I mean, Celia's moved back into the house. She's Grant's wife. Her name gets in the papers. It affects us.
Not if you ignore it. Don't you have to go to the office?
Well, what's the rush? I doubt if there's any good happening there either. Doesn't seem to be any good happening anywhere.
Oh!
Hello. Well, isn't anyone going to welcome me home?
Oh, welcome home. Mother Stella, how are you?
Hello. Oh, it's good to see you.
You don't know what it means having you here.
Oh, and me too, dear. But you know, I did what I had to do.
Yes, of course, of course.
However, I did tell you.
Hi.
Sorry I had to ask you here so early.
No, it's no problem. I'm an early riser, remember?
Oh, yes, I do. Well, I hope you didn't have to close Kelly's.
No, Martha's covering for me.
Good. Good, good. Well, I'll try not to keep you here too long.
Please don't apologize, Jake. I know your schedule's got to be crazy with this trial.
It was a little hectic, yeah.
So I'm just glad you could fit me in. So how's the trial going, anyway?
Well, as to be expected.
Which is?
Uphill all the way.
Well, the papers don't seem to be able to make up their minds who's winning either. One day it looks good for the defense, the next day it looks good for the prosecution.
Just about how it's going.
So, tell me.
Oh, thank you.
How's Grant holding up?
Pretty good, all things considered.
And you?
That depends on how it's going.
Any predictions?
Well, you know, I have to be confident. Of course, I feel we're going to win.
But naturally, you're not sure.
I take it one day and one witness at a time. I'll tell you one thing, though. It's going to be a fight to the finish.
Just be sure that you take good care of yourself.
Always have. Well, we didn't come here to discuss my fights. You have a fight of your own on your hands.
Did you have a chance to look at the deed?
Yeah, I haven't.
And can you tell from that whether or not the city has a right to take away my land for the housing development?
Well, we have to study the housing development plan first, see how much of your property, how much of it infringes on your property and how much your property infringes on the city land.
Sounds complicated.
No, actually, it's very easy. It's just very time-consuming.
And you don't have much free time.
Right. That's why I've set up a meeting between you and the city council today to look over the plan.
Today?
Yeah. Now, look, don't worry about it. Dan and Brian's going to be there to go over everything with you.
I hope I'll understand what they're talking about.
They're talking about keeping Kelly's. You'll understand.
Well, it really is sweet of you to help me with this, Jake. I appreciate it.
Listen, don't mention it. I'd like you to stop by court after you're finished. I want to know what happened.
Oh, no, I don't want to bother you there.
No, really, it's no bother. I'm yearning to hear about something other than Grant Andrews in that trial anyway. Come on. I still think what Grant did was rotten.
Why?
But it didn't dare.
A couple of questions we'd like to ask you.
Oh, just one question at a time, please.
How did things look after the testimony of the fortune teller yesterday?
Just as they did before.
Yeah, but her testimony verified that Andrews was having an affair with a girl.
No,
right?
not at all.
But it was reported that she said
That it was someone who looked like Grant Andrews that told her what to say. Now, my client contends that it wasn't him.
But the prosecution assumes it was him.
Well, now, we both come from two different assumptions. They assume that my client did everything that these people say he did, and we assume that he didn't.
And what about the witness?
Hey, what about the janitor or the housekeeper of the cabin, the
explain
garden?
that?
Now, it'll
testimony?
all come out, I assure you.
Does that mean you're planning on springing a surprise witness of your own?
Well, now, it wouldn't be a surprise if I told you that, now would it, huh?
I have one more question I'd like to ask.
Later,
Myers,
fellas.
one more
Please,
thing.
ladies.
Mr. Myers.
Thank you.
No, it's Jake. This is madness.
You're telling me?
Maybe we should talk another time.
No, I yearn for some news from the outside world, not to mention a friendly face. How did it go?
Well, I went to the city council meeting.
And?
And according to everything we could figure out, the city has every right to demolish one half of Kelly's.
You're sure? Dan and Brian were there to go over it with you?
With a fine-tooth comb.
Oh, great.
Now what?
Well, we don't let them do it.
How?
I can't think now. Look, why don't you meet me at my office after court lets out, and we'll go over some strategies then.
Jake, I feel so badly. You're working so hard on this
I told you
trial.
not to worry
I
about that.
can't help it.
Look, you want to relieve some of that guilt?
Yes.
Bring over a home-cooked dinner for me. And no bread. I am up to here in sandwiches.
Okay, a proper dinner it is, with lots of fresh vegetables.
Oh, now that sounds like heaven.
Oh, that's the least I can do. I mean, I really
Yeah. Corn string beans?
You got it.
Okay, come on.
Yeah, we have one more little thing we'd like to ask you.
houses.
Jake, I'm so sorry I'm late. I got hung up. Martha wasn't... Jake? 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 Green beans and corn?